配信をご覧の皆様、お待たせいたしました。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand finale of the HUGAN WBSC ePremier12 2024. I'm Robert Tomlinson, and we are set to crown a world champion in eBaseball today in the ePremier12 here at the world-famous Tokyo Dome. We will also be broadcasting alongside our Japanese colleagues Hisashi Shimizu, Ichiro Tanaka, former professional eBaseball player Taiji, and former MLB All-Star pitcher Hisashi Iwakuma. We will have two matchups on the schedule today, the third-place game between Negre and Benzen, followed by the championship game between Dashu and Shora. At the end of today, one of those two players, Dashu or Shora, will be crowned world champion. Today is the culmination of 8 months of competition dating back to the eBaseball Series World Finals back in March in Lausanne, Switzerland, and it ends here today in Tokyo. We will have some absolutely fantastic games for you today, featuring 4 of the best eBaseball players in the world. It's going to be a fun night. We are glad that you are with us here today on all the stream machines that you may be watching on. I'm excited. I hope you all are too. But for right now, we are going to take you down to the field of the Tokyo Dome for the opening ceremonies of the ePremier12.
先の先を読んだような配球だったり、プロ野球選手でもすごく勉強になりますね。
本当に野球で戦ってる選手たちと同じような感覚でプレイヤーの方やってると思いますんで、同じ舞台の中で戦うっていうのはこれ僕は素晴らしいことだと思いますし、
WBSC eBaseball パワフルプロ野球の世界一を決めるHUGAN WBSC ePremier12 2024。初開催となる今年はWBSC プレミア12の決勝大会とともにここ東京ドームで決勝戦を開催。初代王者を目指し全世界のプレイヤーによるオンラインオフライン予選が行われた。
決まるか、最初長羅選手とメイト Your ePremier12 Mexico Finals Champion。
数ヶ月にわたる予選を勝ち抜いた12名が本戦であるオープニングラウンドに進出。トッププレイヤーたちによる白熱した攻防、激闘を制し、今日この地で頂に挑むのは
東京ドームに立ちたいっていうところでここまで頑張ってきた
世界連覇の絶対王者ショーラ。圧倒的な実績を誇るトッププレイヤーの一人。絶対王者の名にかけて今大会の制覇を目指す。
大観衆の前で優勝トロフィーを掲げられるように頑張ります。
対するは
打ちました、どうだ、センター村上の前に落ちた、将来敗れる。
チャイニーズ台北の長距離砲ダッシュ。今大会の最年長プレイヤー、トップ通過の勢いに乗り世界一のタイトルを取ることができるのか。
年纪也是一个因素，台湾选手都会非常把握每一次能晋级的机会。
ここまでの長い道のり、全ては今日のために。
勝って世界一になります。
ダッシュ加油。
世界一の栄冠を手にするのは果たしてHUGAN WBSC ePremier12 2024決勝戦、間もなく開幕。
さあ皆さんこんにちは。ただいまよりHUGAN WBSC ePremier12 2024開会式をスタートいたします。さあ東京ドームにいらっしゃる皆さん、そして配信をご覧いただいている皆さん、いよいよ世界一を決める戦いが始まります。みんなで盛り上げて楽しんでいきましょう。さあそれではですね、開催にあたりましてスペシャルゲストをご紹介しましょう。皆さんどうぞビジョンをご覧ください。
And we will have a special guest for these opening ceremonies. As you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, coming onto the field right now is baseball legend and future Baseball Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki.
Sa minasan, Ichiro-san desu.
こんにちは皆さん、イチローです。今日は、パワープロ世界一を決める
そうです
E プレミア12決勝戦に立ち会うために東京ドームに戻ってきました。
いやー、この東京ドームといえばイチローさん現役最後の試合はこの東京ドームでしたね。
あ、その後のことを知らないですね。
そうですか。
いろいろやってるんです。
あ、そうですね。
でも東京ドームにはいい思い出しかないです
ね、思い出します2019年のことを。そんなこの東京ドームでこれからですね、パワープロの世界一、試合が行われるんですけれども、イチローさんは多くの国際舞台で、日の丸を背負ってプレーされました。やはりその試合の前というのはすごい緊張状態にあるわけですかね。
もちろん平常心でなんかプレーできないし、でもそれを超えないと次が見えてこないんで、ぜひそれを超えていただいて次のステージに進んでほしいなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。野球への関わり方、球場に来て応援したり、テレビを見て応援したり、また本日のようにゲームを通して、応援するという、本当に多様化な時代になっております。このような e スポーツによって野球が広がっていくということは、イチローさんにとってどういう感じでしょうか。
ゲームのいいところっていつでもどこでも楽しめる、それと今はゲームの成長というか著しいですよね。動きの見た目だけではなくて、動きのリアリティだとか、あとはその野球って頭を使うスポーツなんだということを教えてくれる、すごく可能性のあるスポーツだと思います。
その戦いが、ここでですね、これから繰り広げられるわけですけれども、とにかくこの決勝戦を戦う2人にここで登場していただきましょう。
All right, so we had a few remarks there from Ichiro expressing his excitement for today. And now out come the players, starting with Shora, who finished in second place in the Super Round on Thursday and will be the road team for today's matchup. Went 2-1 in round-robin play. His only loss and his first loss in quite a while came to his opponent coming out now, and that is Dashu of Chinese Taipei. And it was a wild, wild game that finished 2-1 in favor of Dashu in 4 innings. Some great defensive plays by Dashu giving him the victory. So those are your 2 players that are going to be in the finals here today. Let's hear what Ichiro has to say.
野球の興奮と熱狂を伝えるようなそんなゲームを期待しています。頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。世界一の座をかけてこの後試合が始まります。皆さんで応援して盛り上げていきましょう。どうぞよろしくお願いします。それでは最後にWBSC.
All right, Ichiro giving a few words of encouragement to our 2 championship contenders today. And now coming out will be WBSC President Riccardo Fraccari to give a few remarks before we get started here today and open our championship games today.
Chairman Fraccari, may we have an opening address?
Ladies and gentlemen, baseball and gaming fans around the world, welcome. Over the past 7 months, tens of thousands of players from across the globe have competed playing millions of games to reach this moment. Today, after fierce competition, we have the top 2 eBaseball players ready to face off for the title of a baseball world champion. To our finalists, good luck. Play with heart and show the world the excitement of eBaseball. You are now at the center of the world here in Tokyo, and everybody is watching you. And on behalf of the WBSC, I'm proud to officially open the HUGAN WBSC ePremier12 Championship Game.
世界中の野球ファン、ゲームファンの皆さん、ようこそ WBSC を代表してヒューガン WBSC ePremier12 決勝戦を開催することをここに宣言いたします。
フラカーリ会長によります開会宣言でした。Thank you very much, Chairman. さあ、決勝戦はこの後18時スタート。
ということで今開会式の模様をご覧いただきました。我々がいるのも
All right, so there was WBSC President Riccardo Fraccari officially opening up today's championship matches. And folks, let me tell you, we are getting ready to get started with our games today, and they are going to be absolutely on fire today. The championship game will start at 6 p.m. Japan time, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from now. But we will have our third place game coming up at the top of the hour at 5 p.m. between Ben Zen and Negre, and we will talk a little bit about that here in just a little bit. So in case you are tuning in for the first time today and wondering what in the world is going on with today's tournament, let's talk a little bit about the ePremier12 and what happened in the last several months. So the 4 competitors you are going to see in today's tournament qualified for the 12-player international tournament through months of qualifier competitions, both online and in person, through the WBSC eBaseball Power Pros video game, which is on both the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation family of consoles. The players qualified via qualifiers held in Japan, Chinese Taipei, the United States, Mexico, and Europe to find our 12-player field. And let me tell you, what a field it was. And we have had a fun time going through all of these tournaments throughout the year. I've been proud to be on the mic for a lot of them. But let's talk a little bit about the makeup of everything that's been going on. So as you can see, once again, in case you're tuning in for the first time, the 4 competitors you're seeing qualified through months of qualifier competitions pretty much around the world, from quite a few different places. And this tournament was held to coincide with the Premier12 baseball tournament, which is taking place this weekend in Tokyo with their Super Round, third place game, and championship game. And so far, it has been a fantastic weekend in Tokyo here at the Tokyo Dome. And the 12 players, as you can see, were split into 2 groups of 6 for the opening round, with Group A being held in the United States in late October at the North Carolina State University Gaming and Esports Lab, and Group B held in Chinese Taipei in early November at the new Taipei City Esports Base. The top 2 players from each group made it here to Tokyo and the Super Round. And on Thursday, all 4 competitors competed in the round-robin stage of the Super Round, where Dashu and Shora finished first and second, as you saw, to make it to the championship game, with both players finishing with a 2-1 record. Meanwhile, Negre and Ben Zen finished third and fourth, and let me tell you, Negre, he just missed out on getting to this championship game by the slimmest of margins. But they finished third and fourth, meaning they will play in the third place game here at the top of the hour. And we're going to talk a little bit about them here in just a little bit and learn a little bit about the competitors and what they bring to the table. So let's go ahead and talk about our third place game between Negre and Ben Zen. Having finished third in the Super Round round-robin standings, Negre, who will be playing as Australia, will be the home team for this one, while the fourth place player, Ben Zen, who is playing as Mexico, will be the away team. Negre went 2-1 in the tournament, like we mentioned before, starting out with a 2-1 walk-off loss to Shora, where he gave up a walk-off single to Noboru Teramichi on a mistake pitch right down the middle, one of two he had in that at-bat. He would go on to win his next two games, which were a wild 7-6 victory against Dashu in 5 innings, in which he scored 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning and 1 more in the bottom of the 5th to win, and then a close 4-3 walk-off win against Ben Zen, in which he scored 3 times in the bottom of the 3rd to take home the victory. So Negre, he has been a master of the comeback, even going back to Group B, where he scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to win against Doya in the finals of bracket play in that particular tournament to even make it here today. He was down 4-0 going into the bottom of the 5th, and then he goes out and scores 5 runs on Doya to get here to Tokyo in the first place. Now, the question is, will he be able to win again if he faces an early deficit against Ben Zen, which is something that happened in their round-robin game? Ben Zen was up 3-1 in that game. Negre coming back with 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning to take home the victory in that particular game. Ben Zen, meanwhile, he had a bit of a rough go of it, all things considered, in the round-robin on Thursday. He started pretty much not the way you wanted to. He lost a 7-0 Mercy Rule game to Dashu before holding Shora to 1 run in a 1-0 loss. He really improved throughout the day, and that is something that we're going to have to see if he can improve even more going forward. He was able to get that, and like I said earlier, he was able to get that 3-1 lead on Negre in his final game of round-robin play, but gave up 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to give Negre the victory. So, the question is, will Ben Zen be able to learn from his 3 losses and take home 3rd place against Negre? Now, both players more than likely will be banning the starting pitcher Myojin for this one, which will be a very good strategy just based on that powerful, heavy fastball that he has. So like we said, that game is going to be starting at the top of the hour. But let's talk a little bit about what went down in the round robin a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit about some statistics that the players had in the Super Round. And I want to give a quick hat tip to fellow eBaseball player Antimat for compiling these stats and all that good stuff. So let's talk about the 2 competitors that are going to be in our 3rd place game, Negre and Ben Zen. Now, Negre, he had a 2.48 ERA coming into this one, 8 earned runs and 9 2/3 innings pitched in those three inning games that we have had. He had 3 strikeouts and 4 walks in the round robin, with a 29.7% perfect pitch percentage, and that is quite a bit down from his opening round stats, 49.2%. perfect pitch percentage, which is pretty good when it comes to 2-tap pitching. right around 50% is where you kind of want to be, maybe a little bit above. 50% is where you want to be with your two-tap pitching if you want to be successful using that style of pitching, which gives you a little bit more control on your pitches. But that 29.7% is a little bit of an outlier because in his first game of the round robin against Shora, he had just 2% perfect pitches. 2%. And that is an absolute outlier for Negre, given his skills, given everything that he's done in the past. So he's hoping to kind of, but he really got better as the day went on when it comes to the perfect pitches. And there's Benzen and Dashu and Negre coming onto the screen now, getting ready to get going for their third place match. Negre will be the home team in this one. Benzen will be the road team in this game. Meanwhile, on offense for Negre, he was tied for the best batting average in the Super Round with a .444 batting average with 12 RBI, hitting a cool .500 with runners in scoring position, along with 5 stolen bases, but was caught stealing 4 times. And that is something that Negre has to watch a little bit. The caught stealing, the aggressiveness on the base paths. A lot of these players that you're going to see are going to get aggressive on the base paths. We saw that a lot on Thursday with a lot of stolen bases, trying to get runners into scoring position and getting out on top of things, especially with these 3-inning matches that you have in this tournament. Meanwhile, Benzen, he comes into this with a 5.68 ERA, kind of inflated due to that 7-run outing that he had against Dashu. Had 12 earned runs in 6 1/3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 8 walks, but his perfect pitch percentage was second best in the round robin at 48.5%. On offense, he hit .286, 1 home run. On the day, he scored 3 runs in total, all of them coming in his final game against Negre. But the thing is, with runners in scoring position, wasn't doing too well, honestly. 154. That's a .154. That's below the Mendoza line with runners in scoring position. So he's going to need to do a whole lot better with runners in scoring position coming into this one to try to get this victory. So there's a lot at stake here. Let's hear from the players before we get started.
スーパーラウンドでは惜しくも2勝1敗だったんですけど届かなかったということで、ここでしっかり勝って3位目指したいと思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。頑張ってください。さあ、ベンゼン選手3位決定戦です。意気込みをどうぞ。
I feel really excited to play this game and let's get that win.
はい、とても興奮しております。絶対に勝ちたいと思っております。よろしくお願いします。
はい、頑張ってください。さあ、それではここでルールの方もご説明してまいります。ゲームは3イニング制で戦っていただきます。延長戦は1回タイブレークが。
All right, we are almost ready to get started here, but there's a couple of special rules that we want to make mention of before we get going. There will be some special rules for both this game and the championship game due to timing considerations with the Tokyo Dome and the start of the evening game between Japan and Chinese Taipei in the ePremier12 tournament, which gets started at 7 p.m. sharp. That means that the games will be limited to just 25 minutes from when the play ball signal is given to the players. If tied, so players will compete for 3 innings or 25 minutes. If the game is tied, when the time expires at the 25-minute time limit, the higher super round seed will win. If not tied when time expires, the score from the end of the previous inning will be the final score. And only if the home team is leading in the bottom of the second inning, the home team wins if that time limit expires. After 2 innings, if the game is tied, there will be a 7-second pitch clock as well. They'll also come into effect if 15 minutes have passed, or if we are in extra innings, there will be a 7-second pitch clock either way. So there's a look at the special rules that will be in place, kind of a pace of play rules in a roundabout sort of way. We are just a few minutes away from our third place game between Negre and Ben Zen. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup, just from everything that we mentioned earlier here today. A little bit about each of the players before we get started. Negre, he qualified for this tournament via Group B of the ePremier12, along with Shora, and he defeated Taiju 3-2 in the first global qualifier to qualify for this ePremier12 tournament back in June. He is also a former professional eBaseball player, having represented the Hiroshima Toyo Carp in the 2020 eBaseball Pro League in Japan. He comes into the tournament with a 62.64 power rate. He is an S-rank player with a win percentage of 82%. That is the second best in the field. He went 2-0 in Group B, defeating Tomo-kun in that comeback victory, like we mentioned earlier, to qualify for the Super Round, coming back from down 4-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning of that game to win 5-4. In the opening round, he had a 2.33 ERA, a 49.2% perfect pitch percentage. In the opening round, he also hit .419 with no homers, 18 runs scored, and hit .462 with runners in scoring position. So his runners in scoring position numbers almost around that same level as he had in the Super Round when he hit 500 with runners in scoring position. It'll be interesting to see how he goes from here. He will have Myojin and Mileman as his pitchers. However, Myojin will be banned, so we are going to see an opener go in to Mileman in just a little bit for his pitching. Meanwhile, for Ben Zen, he is going to be playing as Mexico, and there is good reason for that. Mexico is his home country, as we are going to be getting ready to go here in the third place game of the ePremier12, Ben Zen versus Negre. Let's get you out to the ballpark right now. It'll be Kazune Inukawa on the mound for Negre as the first pitch is outside. And then Komasaka lines that one into left field down the line. And that's going to be a fair ball down into the corner. Komasaka going for second. He is in there in time. It's a leadoff double for Ben Zen. And the opener strategy backfires for Negre in this one. The Mexico champion Ben Zen getting a double to get things started in this one. And now in comes Mileman, like we mentioned here before. Mileman, 160 kmh, E control, A stamina. Has that tyrant ability, which gives him a bit of an intimidating presence and reduces the hitting ability of these players. And there's a little floater in the left field. Black is not going to get it. That's a base hit. Komasaka coming home, and two batters into the game. Ben Zen is up 1-0 on Negre. A little floater off the bat of Yutaro Hino, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Ben Zen. This is the quickest he has scored a run so far in this Super Round, trying to get third place in this tournament. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Taro Takimoto, to the plate. A contact, S power, 4 trajectory on his hitting. Hino, a very good base runner on first, and the 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. Pickoff attempt to first, nothing doing. Hino is back in safely. The 1-1 runner goes, throw is high, the throw down, he is safe. A stolen base for Yutaro Hino, and another runner in scoring position for Ben Zen. Count is 2-1. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on that low splitter from Mileman. Count evens up 2-2. The pitch, just misses, and the count goes full. 3-2. The pitch on the way high for ball 4, and Negre has allowed the first 3 to reach base here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Hoshimitsu Hoshizora. Now, like we mentioned earlier, clutch hitting for Ben Zen is going to be key. He only hit 154 with runners in scoring position in the opening round. Oh, there's a line drive to second, and the throw back is in time for the double play. Oh, my goodness gracious. A very unfortunate turn of events for Benzen here in this inning. So that'll bring up Nobunu Teramichi, who lines the first pitch right to the shortstop, Kirasaki. And Benzen will have to settle for one here in the top of the first. It is 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Kazune Inukawa on the mound once again now for Benzen, the opener for the Mexico champion. And they will do an intentional walk here to eliminate that one batter minimum that Inukawa will have before they can change pitchers. And Ryeri Kirasaki will step up to the plate. They will be facing off against Mileman to get things going. So Mileman on yellow motivation for Benzen. We saw Mileman on red motivation for Negre. Red motivation, better motivation for Negre than it is for Benzen, but still it's a pretty decent motivation to get things going. Kind of right in the middle. It'll be Yutaro Hino pinch running for Sayaka Yagyu over at first base. He will be the DH going forward. And that'll bring up Ryeri Kirasaki as he watches the first pitch high. The 1-0, ooh, in there for strike one on that inside corner. Hino, a very good base runner like we mentioned, and that pitch is outside, and the count goes 2-1. 2-1 on the way, bound low for ball three. Very heavy fastball that Mileman throws, and that one's in there right on the corner. 3-2, the count, the pitch, runner goes, and it's low for ball four. So Negre will get his first two base runners on, and now he's looking to capitalize. We mentioned his prowess with runners in scoring position earlier today, 500 with runners in scoring position in the round robin. First pitch on the way to Kazunagi, the first baseman, is inside. The 1-0, swinging the ground ball to second. Oh no, it's on the line. It was caught on a line by Komasaka. And Benzen does not get the double play. If that had bounced, that would have been a sure double play, but either way, is first and second with one out. A bit of a break for Negre on that line drive. First pitch to Iwao Saga, the center fielder, is inside. The 1-0, down low for ball two. The wind and the 2-0 in there for strike one on that lower edge. The 2-1 splitter this time finds the lower edge, and the count goes even. 2-2, the pitch down low for ball three, and the count goes full. Will we see the runners go here? Yes, we will, and that one's in there for strike three, and the throw down to third is not in time. He got him looking on the inside lower corner, and it's two gone with runners on second and third. That'll bring up Black, the left fielder for Negre, who looks at strike one. The 0-1 just a bit outside for ball one. Negre trying to be patient at the plate. Oh, and he grounds the splitter that was low right to first base. An aggressive swing, but it's the end of the inning, and Benzen gets out of the inning with no runs scored. Negre threatens but does not score in the bottom of the first. We go now to the top of the second. It'll be Ryeri Kirasaki at the plate to lead things off. First pitch on the way from Mileman is a pop-up into center field, but played perfectly by Iwao Saga for out number one, right in his tracks. So I'll bring up the third baseman, Ome, who looks at ball one, just missing was Negre. The 1-0 in there for strike one, around that same spot, that lower inside. That's where a lot of pitchers like to go. And there's a ground ball on a hop to second. Komasaka with the throw over to Kazunagi in time for out number two. So I'll bring up the center fielder for Benzen. It is Black, and it's a ground ball to second on the first pitch. A bit of an aggressive swing there by Benzen, and that will retire the side here in the top of the second. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Negre as we go to the bottom of the second, and it will be Shun Komasaka leading things off for Negre in the bottom of the second. 3-inning game here, so big opportunity here for Negre to try to get something going here late and try to go into the third inning with a lead. But he's down 1-0 here, and he looks at ball one inside. The 1-1 on the way, and that one just misses low on that lower edge. The 2-1 on the way, just a bit inside, ball three, and Benzen in danger of a leadoff walk, but he gets the strike in there for strike two. Count is full. The pitch on the way from Mileman. Splitter is lined up the middle, and that one's through for a base hit. Just gets it through that opposite field shift that usually is deployed against right-handed hitters who are who tend to be a little bit late on that fastball, on these heavy fastballs, just due to the speed of those pitches. And that'll bring up Noboru Teramichi, the right fielder for Negre. First pitch on the way is a splitter. Finds the lower inside corner for strike one. The 1-0 on the way, in there for strike two, quickly 0-2. And now we'll see if Negre wants to try to put the runner in motion here, try to get him to second. He goes, it's a swing and a miss, throw down, and oh, he's safe! Oh, he's safe! Ben Zen cannot believe it. It looked like a perfect throw, but he gets in there safely. Komasaka, oh my goodness, that was inches away from a strike him out, throw him out double play. So that'll bring up Susumu Hikari with a runner in scoring position. The 1-0 on the way, swinging a line drive, caught by Kirasaki for out number two, and that's a huge out right there. So still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and that'll bring up a pinch hitter now. It's going to be Yokan Ukami coming to the plate to pinch hit as the number 9 hitter. First pitch on the way, bit low and outside for ball one. The 1-0 on the way, a bit high there, 2-0. Ben Zen trying to pitch around him, it looks like, and that's quickly ball 3. 3-0 on the way, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk from Mileman to Ukami, and they will pinch run with Kamiyama coming off the bench. Kaname Kamiyama coming off the bench to pinch run for Negre. That'll bring up Yutaro Hino back to the top of the order, and he looks at ball one down low. The 1-0 on the way, way inside for ball two. The count is 2-0. The pitch on the way, and that one finds the lower inside edge. 2-1. The count, the pitch way low for ball 3, and Ben Zen in danger of loading the bases. And there's a fly ball into center field. Black is playing him perfectly, and Ben Zen gets out of a jam for the second straight inning. And he leads it 1-0 going into the top of the third. Negre threatens once again, but does not score. And we go to the top of the third. Ben Zen with that slim 1-0 lead. He is looking for some insurance runs here. Nagase will come in to play third base as Ukami pinch hit for Ome there. So Nagase will come in off the bench, the utility player extraordinaire. And it'll be Yokan Ukami coming off the bench to pinch hit for Hijiri Rokudo, the catcher. First pitch on the way from Mileman is down low for ball one. Ukami with that sprayer ability can hit to all fields. And there's a line drive right to third. Oh, Nagase, who just came into the game, made the play. They say that the ball will find the player that comes into the game late, and that just did right there. So I'll bring it back to the top of the order for Shun Komasaka, who got this game started with a double and came around to score back in the top of the first. Count is 1-1. The pitch on the way, and that one's high, but finds the strike zone. 1-2 at the top of the zone. The 1-2 on the way. Oh, he got him looking. Strike 3, 2 gone. And now it's up to you, Taro Hino, to try to get something going on offense here for Ben Zen and try to get an insurance run. He had the RBI single back in the top of the first. First pitch on the way, and there's a fly ball into center field, but Saga races in, makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Negre. We go bottom of the third. Does Negre have one more comeback in him to try to place in third in this tournament? Some defensive substitutions now for Ben Zen. It'll be Hoshizora coming in to play catcher, and Yabe will go into left field. So a little bit of a defensive upgrade up there as Hoshizora moves from left field to catcher, where he is more defensively proficient. It'll be Reiri Kirasaki leading off against Mileman here in the bottom of the third. Ben Zen trying to keep Negre off the board one more time to claim third place. The 1-0 on the way, and it's low for ball two. The 2-0 on the way. Oh, he misses low on that edge, and the count goes 3-0. The pitch on the way, tries to bunt, he pulls it back, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk to get us started here in the bottom of the third, and that is not what you want to do with Negre as your opponent with his comeback prowess as he is. It'll be Hyo Kazunagi at the plate. He looks at strike one. Will he try to steal with Kirasaki here? Does Ben Zen have the intuition to know when he's going to go? Oh, and that one finds the lower outside edge for strike two. The 0-2 on the way. Oh, and he got him looking. Strike three. One gone here in the bottom of the third. Oh, what a pitch from Ben Zen. And now a ground ball could win the game for Ben Zen. Negre, here's Saga. Oh, swing and a miss on that low splitter. Count goes 1-1. The pitch on the way. Oh, he finds a strike zone again. 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Runner goes. Popped up to first. Oh, Takimoto cannot make the dive. And it goes foul. Once again, the 1-2 splitter lined into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Kirasaki. Oh boy, Ben Zen just inches away from recording the second out and possibly having a double play. And now it's first and second with one out for Black. Negre trying to tie this game and potentially win it. Here in the bottom of the third, Mileman is gassed, but he will keep him out there because that iron ball ability keeps going with that fastball, even though it's maybe a little bit slower. Count 1-1. Oh, a late release from Ben Zen, and the pitch goes inside on the mistake. Count is 2-1. The pitch on the way. Swinging a high fly ball in the right field. Teramichi going back. Does he have it? No, he doesn't. It's going to go off the wall, and this is going to tie the ball game. It was just out of the reach of Teramichi, and it's a tie ball game. A little reminiscent of the fly ball that won the game for Ben Zen that he caught. This time, it's just out of the reach of Teramichi. That fly ball that he had to beat YG in Group A finals. It was a similar route that he took, this time into right field, but it's just out of the range this time, and there's a fly ball left field. Yabe has it, lines it up. It's a good animation. Here's the throw home. He's safe! And Negre will take third place on the walk-off sac fly. The comeback king does it again! And he wins third place in the ePremier12. Two hard-hit balls in a row, and Negre takes the victory and takes third place. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's hear what Negre has to say after this one.
先制されてからの逆転勝ちだったんですが、今どんなお気持ちですか？
そうですね。初回に駒坂選手でツーベース打たれて、もう2人で1点取られて、ちょっと厳しい展開だなとは思ってたんですけど、自分のプレースタイル的に最終回来れば絶対逆転できると思ってたので、その通りにできてよかったです。
そうですか。いや、あとね、1点1勝というところで最後に欲しかった1点がここの最後の最後に出ましたね。
そうですね。もう本当に欲しかった1点なので取れてよかったです。
長い長い戦いを終えて今どんなお気持ちでしょ
う？もう本当にスーパーラウンドでも結構苦しい戦いだったんですけど、まず最後に勝つことができて本当に良かったですし、対戦相手のベンゼン選手も本当にもう接戦だったので、まず本当にベンゼン選手にも感謝申し上げたいと思います。本当にありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。おめでとうございました。ネグレ選手でした。さあ、一方惜しくも敗れました。ただ素晴らしい戦いを見せてくださったメキシコからやってきたベンゼン選手です。お疲れ様でした。今どんなお気持ちでしょうか？
I mean, a little bit sad that we couldn't get the win, but at the same time, really happy for Negre for getting the third place. And it was a really close match. And at the end, I couldn't close it out, but it was a really good match and fun match.
はい、まずはネグレ選手おめでとうございます。惜しい試合でしたけど、楽しめたので良かったと思います。
いやー、ベンゼンさんもメキシコでパワープロをやっていただいて、やっぱり楽しいですか、パワープロは？
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm here. It's a really fun game with a lot of skill experience, skill expression. So yeah, it's really fun to be here and to battle against really good players.
はい、パワープロを非常に楽しんでおりまして、非常にスキルが必要なゲームなので、いつも楽しくプレーさせていただいております。で、ここにいることも、非常に楽しく思っておるので、ぜひ次も、 きたいと思っております。
せっかくですからベンゼンさんは多分メキシコのナンバーワンプレーヤーだと思うんですけれども、パワープロの今後パワープロメキシコでどんどん広げていってもらえませんかね。
Can you spread this game in Mexico?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a game I really, really like, and I wish I have more Mexican players to play along. And I mean, I'll try, I'll do my best and get some more Mexican players to be here too.
はい、もちろんこのゲームを広めるように精一杯頑張ります。一緒にプレーする、メキシコ人選手を募集しておるので、はい、ぜひ一緒にプレーしましょう。
はい、もうメキシコどころか世界中からの挑戦を待っているという感じにしたいと思います。ベンゼン選手、本当にありがとうございました。Thank you so much。ありがとうございました。はい、ということで3位はネグレイ選手、4位ベンゼン選手ということになりました。いやー、ということでね、いや改めてでは皆さんに感想も伺っていきたいと思いますけれども、まずは岩隈さん、最後2対1。逆転サヨナラ勝ちという結果になりました。
All right, man. What a game that we had. Congratulations to both players on a very well-played game. However, it was Negre coming out on top and taking home third place. But let me tell you, folks, both players that you saw have really improved throughout this round robin, throughout the super round, throughout the third place game right there. Kudos to both of them for a very well-played game. Definitely could have gone either way. And let me tell you, folks, it was a game of inches. It is always a game of inches when it comes to baseball. And that right there was the epitome of a game of inches. If a line drive from Benzen went a few inches more to the right or left, away from Kurosaki or those middle infielders right there, we could have had a 2-0 ball game for Benzen. If some other hits from if Negre had gotten some hits with runners in scoring position in the first or second inning, it would have been maybe a bit of a more comfortable game for Negre. But either way, a fantastic game being played by both players. An absolutely incredible showing. Kudos to both players. Great time for everybody involved. Alrighty, so with that being said, congratulations again to Negre on taking home third place, the bronze medal in this one, and Benzen, a great job and a great effort in this one. I gotta say, there was some really great pitching in that game as well, but just a couple of mistakes on both sides kind of gave Negre the victory. Negre, he went down early on that on the first two batters of the game, thanks to that double off of the opener by Komasaka, and then Hino coming in with the RBI single on the next batter, and then Negre really held him. Benzen maybe getting a little too aggressive at the plate there in the second and the third innings, trying to get some folks on base, but just didn't quite work out for him on offense outside of those first couple of batters. It did get a little bit close, though. He did have first and second with nobody out in that top of the first inning, but then that line drive, just the line drive to short that turned into a double play, that one kind of killed the rally there a little bit. Meanwhile, for Negre, he had his chances in the first and second inning. He had 2 on with 1 out or nobody out in each of those first 2 innings, but the guy who hit 500 in the super round with runners in scoring position were not able to capitalize on it, and that was, and that can also be more so attributed to the improvements in pitching that Benzen has made throughout the super round, throughout the game. Because you look at Benzen's record here. He started off with a 7-0 defeat to Dashu. Dashu was absolutely locked in on Benzen's pitching, but then he comes back with just giving up 1 run to Shora, and then holding Negre to 1 run through 2 innings there. But then once again, we saw a little bit of a replay of what happened in that final round-robin game in which Negre came back from the deficit and got the win. And that's also a testament to Negre's comeback abilities. That is now, what, 3 games now between Group B and the Super Round that he's had to come back and get the victories. And that is the mark of a fighter right there. That is the mark of someone who can steal his resolve and complete a comeback like that. It is hard to do in this game sometimes, to try to come back like he did, but he did right there. Some very, very great stuff. All right, so next up on our schedule before we get to our championship match is going to be a bit of a special treat for everybody here. It's going to be a little bit of a special treat. I mean, we'll talk about that here in just a little bit, but if you're liking what you're seeing right now, you can get WBSC eBaseball Power Pros on the Nintendo Switch eShop and the PlayStation Store right now for just $1. Honestly, if you ask me, one of the best deals in gaming right there. $1, and you too could potentially be an ePremier12 player in the future. So if you like what you see, if you want to be on the same stage as the players you're going to see today, you can get WBSC eBaseball Power Pros for just $1 now and forge your path to the world stage. So once again, our championship game is going to be coming up at the top of the hour at 6 p.m. Japan time, which is going to be about 41 minutes from now. And we'll talk a little bit about the matchup here in a little bit, talk a little bit about the competitors, Dashu and Ashura. Dashu, as you saw in the opening video, he is the oldest player left in the tournament at 40 years old. He was actually not the oldest player in his group in the opening round. That distinction went to CM Wang, the 48-year-old from Chinese Taipei. But Dashu, the oldest remaining player in the tournament at 40 years old, he is looking to prove that age is only a number, and so far, his offense has been doing the talking in this tournament. Dashu, he finished third in the Chinese Taipei finals back in September. And he lost to Shishi 2-0 in their finals matchup, but he came into the tournament as a wild card. Went into Group A, and he went 1-1. He went 1-1 in pool play in Group A, including an absolutely insane game against Compass in which he lost 4-3 on an infield grounder that was mishandled by his second baseman with the bases loaded in a tie game. And that led to the winning run for Compass in that game. But he has since really locked in. He has since locked in with his hitting. He defeated John's Copyright 8-1 in the finals in Group A to make it here to Tokyo. And so far, Dashu, in my opinion, has been one of the most impressive players that we have seen in this super round. Dashu qualified as the wild card. He considers himself to be a good power hitter, but you look at the stats so far. You look at the stats. He had 3 home runs in the opening round in North Carolina back in October. Dashu here has just 1 home run. Not a whole lot of homers were hit in the super round. He hit 1 of them, and he had 15 RBI, maybe a little bit inflated due to the game he had against Benzen, where that was the 7-0 win. But his offense has been absolutely incredible in this tournament. Dashu coming into the tournament with a 58.64 power rate. He is an S rank. He has a 70.5% win percentage, which is the 3rd best in this group of 4 that we will see here today. His pitchers will be Myojin and Mileman. Myojin more than likely going to get banned, so we will have an opener into Mileman as well. He had a 2.2 ERA in the opening round in North Carolina with a 45.6% perfect pitch percentage. Hit 475 in the opening round, which among all 4 players that have been in the Super Round, that was the highest batting average among qualifiers from the opening round. As for Shora, you know him, you love him. Other players, they love to hate him. He is the defending champion of WBSC eBaseball Power Pros international tournaments, dating all the way back to even the Power Pros games before WBSC, back in 2021 with the Olympic Virtual Series. He won that. And then, a couple years later, he goes to Singapore and the Olympic Esports Series 2023. He wins that competition. And then he goes to Lausanne in March of this year for the eBaseball Series World Finals for WBSC eBaseball Power Pros. He wins that. So he has won the last 3 big major international tournaments for Power Pros, but he has shown a little bit of a weakness in this Super Round so far. He has had only just 4 runs scored in the Super Round, in the round robin that you saw on Thursday. He only scored 4 runs, and that was the second lowest. He only scored 1 more run than Ben Zen did in the round robin. But Shora, he does have the pedigree. He's a former pro eBaseball player. He represented the Hanshin Tigers from 2018 to 2020 in the eBaseball Pro League in Japan. He is probably one of the best players, if not the best player, in WBSC eBaseball Power Pros. He has a 67.88 power rate. He is an S rate. He has a 95.7% win percentage. He will also have Myojin and Mileman as his pitchers, but he will have an opener into Mileman to get things started once we get to 6 p.m. His stats from the opening round were impressive. A 2 ERA in Chinese Taipei, 56.3% perfect pitch percentage. That is the highest among qualifiers here in the Super Round. Hit 392, which, looking at the opening round statistics, that was the lowest among all 4 players that you see here today. But he had 2 home runs, which was second only to Dashu in opening round play, and hit 368 with runners in scoring position. 15 runs scored for Shora in the tournament. So we will have that game coming up here in just a little bit. But now, we're going to have a little bit of a treat for you, a special treat for everybody. We are going to have a promotional match between Taiji and Hisashi Iwakuma, a couple of our Japanese counterparts on the broadcast. And let me tell you, folks, there are autographed baseballs at stake with this matchup. This is going to be pretty exciting stuff. There are 12 autographed baseballs that are at stake, with Taiji hitting and Iwakuma pitching. The number of times that Taiji, who is a former eBaseball pro, the number of times that he gets on base will be the number of autographed baseballs he will have available. The remaining ones will be signed by Hisashi Iwakuma. So there will be a heated battle between Taiji and a former Major League Baseball pitcher who pitched 13 seasons in Japan, 6 seasons in the United States, all for the Seattle Mariners. This is going to be a fun one here, and a little bit of a treat for you guys before we get to our championship game at the top of the hour. Not sure how this one's going to end. I haven't seen Taiji play WBSC in a while, if at all, really. But maybe he's going to get on base a few times against Hisashi Iwakuma. We'll see if Iwakuma still has a little bit left in the tank when it comes to pitching. I don't know if he's. We saw a little bit. I saw a little bit of his pitching pre-game. Saw a little bit of his pitching in the pregame, and well, we'll see what happens here. It's a little bit wild, but he's gonna lock in. I feel he's gonna lock in maybe a little bit. Taiji might have a little bit of a tough time here, so we will see what happens here in just a little bit. And then after that is done, we will go to our championship game, and so we'll have Taiji and Mr. Iwakuma go over to the stage right now, and they will face off against each other in a little bit of a promotional battle for some autographed baseballs. You can look online later to possibly get your chance to win one of those baseballs that are going to be signed by our two Japanese compadres here. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream so far. I know I am. I hope y'all are too. So Taiji will be hitting. Hisashi Iwakuma will be pitching here in this one. Let's go ahead and hear from them a little bit before we get going.
でも大体パパが子供とやると子供に忖度するんですよ。
そうですね。ありますね。その流れ。
パパマジで戦っちゃって負けちゃったらお子さん悲しい目になるんで、結構多分負けてあげてると思うんですよ。
そうですね。いろいろとね。
実際どうですか？
いやもう本当その通りです。
その通り。人によってタイプが変わりますけど、改めてでもタイさんのプロプレーヤーの時を思い出していただいて、田中さんホームランも狙いますし、やっぱり総合力の高い選手でしたよね。
そうですね。本当に集中力高く戦う姿が印象的でしたし、ホームラン打った時のガッツポーズは今でもね、本当に印象深く残ってますね。
問題はこのブランクですね。
そうですね。
だいぶやってないです。
All right, folks. All right, folks in the chat. I want to know how many times you think Taiji's going to get on base here. 12 autographed baseballs at stake. How many times do you think this guy's going to get on base? I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. So let's go ahead and get to the action here, as we are just about to hit 5:30 p.m. here in Japan. Let's get to our promotional match between Taiji and Hisashi Iwakuma. And both players, hey, they have their own teams. This is pretty darn neat right here. Hisashi Iwakuma in the nice jerseys reminiscent of the Seattle Mariners, the team he pitched for in Major League Baseball. He was teammates with Ichiro Suzuki for a year or two there, which is pretty darn cool. Akira Myojin will be the pitcher for Iwakuma, naturally. Naturally, Myojin, you know, we all know about Akira Myojin. This will be his only appearance here tonight, I do believe. Comes in with a 163 km/h fastball, B control, and S stamina. Powerful fastball, powerful heavy fastball as well, with a changeup to boot. We'll see how often Iwakuma wants to throw the changeup here. But let's go ahead and get things started. Top of the first, here's Yabe leading off. Whoa! Whoa! Iwakuma a little bit inside there. A little bit late on that two-tap release. Oh no, that one's way outside, 2-0. Goodness gracious. Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go. There's Iwakuma with a strike there. 2-1 on the way. Oh, way inside. Oh, that one right around face level there for Yabe. And that one's Taiji with a swing and a miss. 3-2. Oh, and a swing and a miss. That is 2 mistake pitches in a row, and he strikes him out. Oh my goodness gracious, one gone here in the top of the first. Whoa, Nelly. 1-0 on the way. There's a high fly ball! Way back into left field! Ball! Go far for Taiji! And it's 1-0. There's one autographed baseball from Taiji right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of Pa-chan with the dinger into left field. G contact. Who? Now bring up Kazushige Kiyamoto right here. A more traditional slugging and home run candidate here. First pitch on the way. Oh, and a swing and a miss. Taiji absolutely nowhere close to it. And that one, ooh, way inside for ball one. Iwakuma all over the plate here. Ooh, and a big swing and a miss there. 1-2. The 1-2 on the way, way outside for ball 2. The 2-2 on the way. Oh, down the middle. Oh, that's a base hit up the middle. That's a base hit up the middle for Taiji. And that is two signed baseballs from Taiji that are going to be available. And that'll bring up Hugh. That'll be, looks like that's going to be it. Looks like that might just be it for right now. But man, oh man, Taiji's going to have a couple of signed baseballs right here. That's pretty neat. That is pretty darn neat. All right, so the final results here of our little promotional match here. Taiji getting on base 2 times via a home run by Pa-chan and a single by Kazushige Kiyomoto. And let me tell you, Iwakuma a little bit all over the plate, but he did manage to get Taiji out 1 or 2 times there. And just barely avoided giving up another home run right there with Kiyomoto. That just turned out to be a little bit of a single up the middle right there. And Iwakuma, talking a little bit about, possibly controlling the pitch, especially when you can't see the cursor with the setup that you have with the competitive matches here, where your opponent does not see the ball until it's coming out of the hand of the pitcher. All you see is a little indicator in the center there, and that's the timing of when the pitcher has to time that for the 2-tap there. So you have to control it. You have to kind of know where the strike zone is with these competitive environments right here. So that's, and also the timing on the 2-tap, a little bit hard to do that, and I think that's kind of what he was talking about there, maybe a little bit jokingly there a little bit ago. But either way, that was a little fun, little promotional thing right there. Couple of signed baseballs from Taiji going to be available. Sashi Iwakuma, he's going to sign quite a few of those. Oh my goodness, some great stuff going on. But we are about 26 minutes away from our big championship match between Dashu and Shora. So we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But guys, hopefully you're doing all right. Over in the United States, it's about 3:35 a.m. right now on a Saturday morning. Hopefully those who are watching from over in the U.S. are staying awake here. I know we got some people from Europe that are watching here today. Glad to see y'all here as well. From all around the world, wherever you may be, we appreciate you tuning in here to the English commentary stream of the ePremier12 championship game. You can hear the full Japanese commentary over on the WBSC YouTube page as well if you want to. But a nice little fun match there between a real-life MLB pitcher and a player who has some experience playing the eBaseball games. All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about our matchup coming up for the championship game of the ePremier12, which is going to be starting here in about 24 minutes. And it's going to be a fun one. You know, we didn't go too long with that with the Benzen versus Negre match there. It was a fairly quick one, if I do recall correctly. You know, it was just maybe like 10 or 15 minutes or so, if I do recall correctly. So it was a very, very short game. Very short game. Sometimes those 3-inning games, they can go super quick. And that's kind of a lot of what the online tournaments are like in WBSC eBaseball Power Pro. Some quick 3-inning games against players from all over the world. And if you want to be a part of that, you can get WBSC eBaseball Power Pros for the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation for just $1. And you can be like the folks that you're seeing on screen. You can be just like the players you were seeing on screen here today, and maybe be on stage competing for a championship. So we are quite a ways away from our 6 p.m. matchup here between Dashu and Shora. Dashu, a champion from Group A down in North Carolina. And if you want to go back a little bit, let's talk a little bit about what happened in Group A. We mentioned Dashu here. Group A1 with YG, Dashu, and Compass, all players finishing 1-1, but it was YG and Compass playing in the first round of bracket play in Pool A down in Group A down in North Carolina, with Dashu moving on to the finals based on him finishing at the top of the group via run differential. Meanwhile, in Group A2, Ben Zen, who you just saw in the third place game, he went 2-0 in Group A2 play, along with MSQA and John's Copyright, who was also in that group. MSQA finishing 0-2, John's Copyright finishing 1-1. John's Copyright defeating Compass to make it to his finals matchup against Dashu, in which he lost to Dashu 8-1. YG winning over MSQA and then losing to Ben Zen in a thrilling final in Group A. Meanwhile, Group B, which happened in early November over in Chinese Taipei, you had Group B1 featuring CM Wong, Negray, and Tomo-kun. And it was Negray coming out on top of the group with a 2-0 record. Tomo-kun finishing in second with a record of 1-1. CM Wong finishing with a record of 0-2. Tomo-kun and CM Wong getting kicked to the first round of bracket play. Negray getting the bye to the finals. And meanwhile, in Group B2, you also had Shora, who we are going to see later on this evening. He finished 2-0 with 12 runs scored, 4 runs against. Doya finishing in second place with a record of 1-1, and then Shishi finishing in third with a record of 0-2. In bracket play in Group B, you had Shishi and Tomo-kun. Tomo-kun getting the win. He faced off with Shora. And then Shora holding on for the win over Tomo-kun. It was a very close game. Tomo-kun had some chances late in that game, but Shora holding out, staying up on top to win that spot in the super round. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, you had CM Wong and Doya in the first round, and it was Doya making it to the finals to face off against Negray. And like we mentioned earlier, Doya got up to a 4-0 lead going into the bottom of the fifth, and then Negray, the comeback king, who you just saw come back to take third place in the ePremier12, scoring 5 in the bottom of the fifth to take home the 5-4 victory and the spot here in Tokyo. So some very, very fun stuff throughout this tournament. And we are about 19 minutes away. 19 minutes away from our championship match. Let's go a little bit through the statistics of this matchup that we have coming up between Dashu and Shora. Now, you take a look at Dashu's statistics here from the super round. We talked about their statistics from the opening round. Now let's talk about the super round and kind of maybe compare the two a little bit. See if there's been some improvement. See if there's anything that might be something that their opponent can maybe exploit here. So Dashu, coming in with a 2.4 ERA, had 5 earned runs, 8 runs given up total, in 10 innings pitched in the super round. That's the most out of anybody in terms of innings pitched. He did not strike out anyone. He did not strike out anyone in the super round, which is very, very interesting. But he had 5 walks in that particular in the super round there. And again, hat tip to Antimon for the stats here they posted on the social media earlier in the week. But Dashu also comes in with a 44.8% perfect pitch percentage. You compare that with his opening round, Dashu kind of right around that same mark. He had 45.6% perfect pitch percentage as a pitcher in the opening round. Dips a little bit to 44.8, but it's not that much of a decline there in the perfect pitch percentage. On offense, though, Dashu tied for Negre for the best batting average in the super round with a 444 batting average. 1 home run, 15 RBI, and hitting .565 with runners in scoring position. That is the best mark out of anybody. Meanwhile, for Shora, a .67 ERA with 2 earned runs, 3 runs total in 9 innings pitched, at a 2 strikeout to 5 walk ratio, a perfect pitch percentage of 68.2%. On offense, though, his numbers way down from what we are normally used to seeing from Shora here. Shora hitting .321 with 3 RBI, 4 runs scored total, and hitting a very cool .214, very cold .214 with runners in scoring position. But the pitching, still as great as ever, with a .67 ERA, with 2 earned runs in 9 innings pitched. His pitching is still on point. But the question is, for Shora, will his offense come back? Had 4 runs in total in the super round, round robin. We'll see what happens there. All right, before we get to our match with Dashu and Shora, we have a little bit of an announcement for you guys. And that has to do with an upcoming cost adjustment in the game that will be taking place on Monday morning Japan time after this tournament is done. On Monday morning, this was something that was noticed about a week or so ago in-game in WBSC eBaseball Power Pros, but we have quite a few things to talk about with this upcoming cost adjustment. So let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit now, shall we? So the cost adjustment will take place on Monday morning Japan time. And this is going to affect mainly pitching here. But this will be a change for all players, all characters in the game and their costs, because there is going to be, in this update, players, the game is going to uncap the 15 costs per player coming into this update, as we see Taiji and Hisashi Iwakuma, as we see Taiji and Negre coming to the stage right now. But we will have an almost pretty much uncapped costs for players coming up with this Monday cost update. Myojin, and I've gotten the green light from Konami to reveal some of these costs here, so let's talk about them a little bit. Myojin. Now, because of these cost caps, some of these cost caps being lifted, and this is because new players, the reason and intention for this is that new players hopefully will not get to play against many high-tier pitchers such as Myojin too often. You will see higher caps with uncapping this per player cap. But let's talk a little bit about the new costs for some of these pitchers here, because these are going to be big here. Myojin is going to now cost, on Monday morning, 40 points. 4-0. Doe will go to 38 points. Mileman will go to 35. Possessed Atsumori will go to 34. And Unkai will go to 31. Now, there won't be too many hitter adjustments, but Kiyomoto is going to go to 15 points. Sendo's going to go to 13. Takimoto's going to go to 13. Oda will go to 17 points, the regular Oda. And then Boo is going to go up to 10. So a little bit of a teaser there for the upcoming cost adjustments. An in-game notification will be out tomorrow in WBSC Power Pros to discuss that cost change further. But some very exciting stuff coming up. Very exciting stuff that could shake up the meta here a little bit.
セーフです。さあリクエストもしたいところ、チャレンジもしたいところだったんですが。
So we will see what happens coming into this. Meanwhile, you got Taiji and Negray doing a little bit of a show match here, and Negray already up 2-0 with a double into left center field. A little bit of a game between our third place player and Taiji here. While Saga at the plate, there's a high fly ball into left field and gone. Ball go far for Negray with Iwayo Saga, and he is up. Oh goodness, is it 4-0 now? I think it's 4-0 on Taiji, as there's a ball inside from Myojin to Black. Myojin, the 1-0, way inside for ball 2. Can Taiji record an out against our third place competitor? There's a fly ball in the center field. That one's down for a base hit. Oh my gracious. First pitch on the way to Komasaka, and there's a line drive. Oh, it's just past the diving second baseman Komasaka for a base hit. Can Taiji get an out? That's the big question here. Oh, he tries to bunt, and it's a strike as he pulls back, as he couldn't pull back in time. And that one is a bunt to third. Oda with the throw. Oh, it's high, but he still gets the out. Susumu Ikari will now step up to the plate. First pitch on the way. Oh, and it gets away from the catcher Ikari. In comes Black to score, and it's 5-0. It is 5-0. Oh, my goodness. So I'll bring up Ome, and that one's chopped foul behind the plate. It is 6-0. As, hey, he got a couple outs. Good job. And there's a line drive center field, and he gets 3 outs. Taiji gets 3 outs against Negray. It is a miracle in and of itself. But now let's see if Taiji can get some base runners against Negray here, against our third place guy. And there's a pop-up into center field. Saga makes the grab. So I'll bring up Kazushige Kiyomoto. First pitch down low for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way here in this show match here. And there's a pop-up into center field. Saga going back, makes the grab, and that's 2 gone. So that will bring up Shun Komasaka to the plate. First pitch on the way from Myojin. That one's high for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. Oh, a changeup right down the middle, but Kirasaki's right there on the line drive. And that's 3 gone. Taiji could not get a base runner against Negray. There's a ground ball foul right there off the bat of Kirasaki here in the top of the second. 2-0, and that one's popped up to second. Komasaka right there for out number 1. We'll see if Negray's a little bit more aggressive with his swings here. So I'll bring up Hyo Kazunagi, who swings and misses 0-1. The 0-1 on the way. That one inside with the changeup, 1-1. 1-1 on the way from Taiji's Myojin. That one's grounded right back to the mound. Throw to first in time, 2 gone. So I'll bring up Yutaro Hino at a 2-run doubles. First time up, and there's a ball just a bit inside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. Popped up. Right back to the mound, Myojin right there. And that will retire the side as we are about 9 minutes away from our championship match. Actually, just a little bit over 8 minutes away from our match. There's a high fly ball in the left field. This one's back, and this one's off the wall. And Taiji is going to get a base runner. Maito Oda with a double. Now bring up the shortstop, Izuyoi. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss for strike one. 0-1 on the way. There's a high fly ball, way back in the left, and off the wall it goes. That one's going to be a double for Izuyoi, and Taiji is on the board. It's 6-1. 6-1 the score. There's a ground ball off the bat of Black to second, and the throw was in time for out number one. First pitch on the way. There's a high fly ball way back in the left, and that one is down. It's going to be another double, and Taiji, he's starting to get the hang of hitting here a little bit. Couple of doubles here, and it's now 6-2. There's a pop-up to second. Komasaka there for out number two, and that'll bring up Seito Suwano. First pitch on the way. Oh! That one's charged, but foul on the splitter. There's a fly ball off the bat into left field, and Black is there for the out. But Taiji scores a couple of runs there. Congratulations to him. And it looks like that's going to do it for a little show match there. Woo, buddy. So some good hitting from Taiji right there near the end. Nicely done. So we are just a little over 6 minutes away from our championship match between Dashu and Shora. And if you recall correctly, this is a rematch of one of the best games that we saw in the round robin here in the Super Round. Let's talk a little bit about this right now. So Shora, as he comes to the stage right now, Shora took a 1-0 lead in that game with a sacrifice fly in the top of the first, but Dashu got the run back in the bottom of the inning with an RBI single by Hino to tie the ball game at 1. Both players would have some scoring threats in the following innings as Dashu steps up to the stage. And we might hear from them here in just a little bit. But both players would navigate a couple of scoring threats, keeping the game tied going into extra innings. But in the top of the fourth, a great defensive play by Dashu thwarted a double steal, similar to one that won the game for Shora against Ben Zen earlier in the round robin. Got the runner from third out at the plate as the throw to second was cut off. Kirasaki with the throw back home got the runner at home in time. And that kept Shora off the board in the top of the fourth inning in extra innings. And then Dashu walked it off in the bottom of the fourth with an RBI single from Hino, giving him the upset victory and first place in the round robin. And that gives him home field advantage once again. Very, very interesting stuff right there. So the big question for Dashu coming into today is this: can he keep up his stellar offensive performance? He scored 15 runs in the round robin like we mentioned earlier. He's been lethal with runners on base. Can he come up with a second straight victory over the #1 ranked player in the world? As for Shora, can he bounce back from being defeated for the first time in a long time and defend his title of world champion? And can he win more decisively against this great competition? As you can see, there's the special rules on the screen. Players will compete for 3 innings or 25 minutes. And if tied when time expires, the higher Super Round seed wins. If not tied when time expires, the score from the end of the previous inning will stand as final. And the home team wins only if the home team is leading in the bottom of the second inning when time expires. And there will be a 7-second pitch clock that starts after 2 innings if the game is tied, or if 15 minutes have passed, and there will always be a 7-second pitch clock in extra innings. So let's go ahead and get you set here for our big matchup here. Whoever wins this will achieve eBaseball immortality in one way or another. For Shora, it would be his fourth straight championship in Power Pro's international competitions. For Dashu, it will be an upset and the first winner of a major Power Pros tournament from Chinese Taipei. This is going to be a good one here, folks. But let's go ahead and hear from the Japanese commentary and our players before we get started.
整いましたかね。さあそれではお話を伺ってまいります。いよいよ決勝戦の前に意気込みを伺っていきましょうか。まずは2位から上がってきましたショーラ選手、絶対王者です。最後のゲームになります。意気込みをお願いします。
そうですね。もう本当にやるべきことはしっかりやってきたので、あとはこの場にぶつけるだけです。優勝を目指して頑張ります。
はい。先ほどの表情とはまた違って気持ち新たというショーラ選手です。さあ、ダシュー選手、勝てばチャンピオンです。それに向けて一言意気込みをお願いします。
今年是很幸运的一年，我一路到海外比赛，到最后的舞台，我会努力的。谢谢。
今年は海外に試合に来ることができて、とてもいい1年になったので、最後は優勝で飾りたいです。
はい、ということで頑張ってください。ダシュー選手でございました。はい、ということで両者の素晴らしい戦いに期待したいというところでございます。さあ、オーダーについてももし出ていたらちょっと見ながらお話を進めて試合開始の時を待とうというところでございます。今オーダーチェックはされている最中ですかね。あ、出ましたね。出ましたね。はい。さあ、田中さん、はい、左側がダシュー選手で。
All right, folks. This one is for all the marbles. 8 months of competition have led us here to the Tokyo Dome today. Whoever wins will be crowned world champion. Who will it be? Will it be the defending champion Shora? Or will it be the oldest player left in the competition with Dashu? It is about time to find out. We are 30 seconds away. eBaseball immortality is on the line. Who will it be? There's a look at the starting lineups. It's going to be openers for both Shora and Dashu. Shora's opener on pink motivation. That means that there will be no red abilities on their character. On Kuan right there. So we'll see if Shora will want to pitch some competitive pitches to Dashu here. Meanwhile, Dashu is going to start Inukawa. As we take a look at the lineups. Kirasaki, Takimoto, Hino, Saga, Ome, Saburi, Bito, Ikari, and Teramichi for Dashu. For Shora, it's going to be Kirasaki, Takimoto, Hino, Komasaka, Black, Hoshizora, Teramichi, Ome, Murasame for Shora. Ladies and gentlemen, the appointed hour is here. It is 6 p.m. here in Japan. It is time to crown a world champion. 3 innings. 7-run mercy rule. Extra innings starting with the 4th inning. 25-minute time limit. 7-second pitch clock in some circumstances. Will it be Shora regaining his title of world champion? Reclaiming it? Keeping it? Defending it? Whatever you want to call it. Will it be Shora taking home the victory, or will it be Dashu giving Chinese Taipei's community and Power Pros a champion for the first time? Good luck to both players. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get you out to Crown Diamond. As we get a couple of last-minute comments here from our Japanese compadres here. And we are just about set to get things going. After the game, we will have the closing ceremonies and the awards ceremony for the ePremier12. So stick around after the game. We will have plenty to talk about afterward. Taiji looks like he's ready to go. He's going to talk a little bit about some strategy potentially coming in. But once again, I want to give a quick shout out to fellow eBaseball player Antiman for the stats that you heard earlier today from both the Super Round and the opening round of the ePremier12 here. So thank you so much to him for compiling those. Really, really do appreciate it. So a lot of questions left to be answered, and we will have those answers over the next 3 innings. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get you out to the ballpark for our championship game between Dashu of Chinese Taipei playing as Chinese Taipei. And you know, it's kind of fitting. It's kind of fitting here today because the Premier 12 game that's coming up right after this game is done, Japan versus Chinese Taipei. So will this game be an allegory for what happens on the baseball field today? We shall see. Both players look like they're just about ready to go. We are just about ready to go. Hopefully y'all are ready to go in the chat. I know I am. I hope you are too. Let's get fired up. Let's get going. I am ready to crown a champion. I don't know about you guys, but we have waited 8 months to crown a champion. Who will it be? Will it be Dashu? Will it be that guy right there, Shora, the defending champion? We are just about a minute away from getting this game started and finding out who will be immortalized in eBaseball history. Both players have their game faces ready. Will Dashu's offensive performance keep going? Or will it be Shora getting the victory once again? WBSC ePremier12 2024運命の決勝戦プレイボールです。And we are getting ready to go. Here we go, and this game is also going to be broadcast on the big screen here at the Tokyo Dome. You see that wraparound screen? That game is going to be on the screen right there. Let's go ahead and get to the field and see what we got going on.
世界連覇の絶対王者ショーラ、圧倒的な実績を誇るトッププレイヤーの一人。絶対王者の名にかけて今大会の制覇を目指す。
ダッシュ選手のバッティングっていうのが考え方がなかなか読めないので、バッティングのタイミングしっかり読んで投げれたらいいかなと思ってます。
チャイニーズタイペイの長距離砲ダッシュ、今大会の最年長プレイヤー、トップ通過の勢いに乗り世界一のタイトルを取ることができるのか。
Shora 是不败的王者嘛，事实上他不惯投球手背打击，基本上他没有弱点，尤其是他在线下赛连胜，他的心理素质也是很棒，所以今天能赢他真的也是侥幸。
勝って世界一になります。
Dash加油。
世界一の栄冠を手にするのは果たして。いよいよ始まります。
So in front of what is going to be expected to be a capacity crowd for Japan versus Chinese Taipei, let's get to the action here in the championship of the ePremier12. First pitch on the way is a bit low and away for ball one. The 1-0 on the way, and that one's a bit low, 2-0. The 2-0 on the way, and the count goes 3-0. 3-0 on the way, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Reiri Kirasaki. And here comes Mileman out of the bullpen for Dashu here. Comes in with that 160 km/h fastball. And here we go. First pitch on the way to Takimoto is low for ball one. The 1-0 on the way. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time. And it's a stolen base for Reiri Kirasaki to get things started. And already Shora with a runner in scoring position. Shora the road team, Dashu the home team here. Now bring up Taro Takimoto. First pitch is low. Well, 2-0 is low for ball three. 3-0 on the way. Splitter low for ball four. It's a 4-pitch walk, and the first two are on for Shora. So that will bring up Hino. Hino looks at ball one with the splitter. Mileman, red motivation. Pretty good stuff right here. The 1-0 finds the strike zone, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 on the way. He shows bunt and gets it down. Mileman will get the sure out at first for out number one. That will put runners on second and third with one out for Shun Komasaka, the starting second baseman. First pitch coming up. Looking to get a good defense going here. Going with the opposite field hit defense here. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on the splitter, 0-1. The 0-1 on the way, and that one's high for ball one. The 1-1 on the way, way outside, and that's ball two. 2-1 on the way, low for ball three. Dashu in danger of loading the bases here, and that's exactly what he does. Ball four, inside, and the bases are loaded for Black, the left fielder. One out at any base for Dashu. The first pitch on the way is a slider, hard slider inside for ball one. The 1-0 on the way, in there for strike one. The 1-1 on the way. Splitter misses low, 2-1. Cannot afford to walk him here. Swing a line drive into center field. Saga's there. Lines it up. Here's the throw. It comes into third, and it's going to be a sac fly for Shora, and it's 1-0. Shora gets the sac fly to get things started here in the top of the first. A big sac fly to score Kirasaki. Looked like Dashu wanted to try to keep Takimoto from tagging up to third, but neither way, it's two outs. Runners on first and second for Hoshizora, who looks at strike one. The 0-1 on the way. Splitter misses low for ball one. The 1-1 on the way. That one just a bit inside, 2-1. 2-1 on the way. Line drive right to second, and Saburi is there, and that will retire the side. But Shora gets the first run of the game on the sac fly. It is 1-0. It'll be Hikaru Kuwan on the mound for Shora to get things started. And it'll be Reiri Kirasaki to lead things off for Dashu. Looks at ball one outside. We're going to probably see some competitive pitches here from Kuwan. And Shora gets a strike across. 1-1 misses low, ball two. 2-1 on the way. Oh, in there for strike two. The PCI was right there, did not pull the trigger. And that one just been inside. Full count, the pitch on the way. Swinging the fly ball deep into center field, but Murasame has the superior range. Makes the grab for out number one. So a new pitcher will come in for Shora. It is going to be Mileman coming in with that 160 km/h fastball, E-control, and a stamina. And we are ready to go here. Defensive positioning is going to be a watch for sluggers with Takimoto at the plate. First pitch misses just inside, ball one. The 1-0 on the way, bit high and away, and the count goes 2-0. The 2-0 on the way inside for ball three. And Mileman in danger of a walk here, and ooh, gets that high inside corner for a strike. Good dot there from Shora, and it's inside for ball four. So a 5-pitch walk to Takimoto. First pitch on the way to Yutaro Hino is low for strike one. Strike one, swing and a miss, and a swing and a miss, 0-2. The 0-2, and that one's low for ball one. The 1-2 from Mileman, just a bit low, and it's ball two. The 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss. Strike 3. He goes down swinging for out number 2. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Murasame there, and that will retire the side. In the bottom of the first, Dashu kept off the board. Here in the bottom of the first, we go top of the second, and it's going to be Noboru Teramichi leading things off for Shora here in the top of the second. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. The 1-0, and that one's lined up the middle and through for a leadoff single. And now you got Teramichi with the leadoff single. Will he be able to get a crucial second run in this game? Tamio Ome at the plate. Pickoff attempt to first, nothing there. They're going to go with the opposite field hit defense here. Very smart. And that one inside and low for ball 1. The 1-0 to Ome in there for strike 1 on the inside corner. The 1-1 shows bunt. Ooh, but he couldn't get it down, and it's strike 2. The 1-2 on the way. Swing of the ground ball to second. Could be 2. To short for 1. The relay. In time for the double play. Big double play turned by Dashu. And now Murasame down the line. Fair ball down the left field line into the corner. It's going to be extra bases for Murasame. He's in there safely with a 2-out double. Good piece of hitting there from Shora, just getting it down the left field line. And now a runner on second with 2 outs. And now Dashu trying to keep Shora off the board. It'll be Ryuri Kirasaki stepping up to the plate. Opposite field hit defense in place for Dashu. First pitch on the way, just a bit low for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way, swing the line drive into right field for a base hit. Here's the throw. Oh, and Murasame is going to stay on third. Probably might have been thrown out at the plate. But Shora keeps him at third there. Let's see if that comes back to bite him. Here's Taro Takimoto. First pitch on the way. Splitter is low for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. Oh, he finds the zone right there for strike 1. The 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Big pitch coming right here. He got him looking. Strike 3. Oh, what a pitch right there from Dashu to get the strikeout, and the side is retired. We go bottom of the second. It'll be Tamio Ome leading things off for Dashu. He swings and lines it right to third, right at Ome for out number 1. So that'll bring up Motsuhide Saburi, the second baseman. The first pitch in there for strike 1. Dashu trying to string some hits together, but they're just going right to fielders so far. Shora's pitching is on point. The 0-2 on the way. Oh, we got him looking. Strike 3. Big strikeout right there from Shora. This is the vintage Shora performance. And there's a line drive up the middle for a base hit. A base hit for Chihiro Bito. And Dashu now has a runner on base with 2 outs. Big single right there. Now can Dashu cash in? Here's Ikari. Opposite field hit. Defense is in place as he looks at strike 1. The 0-1. Oh, a big dot right there from Shora. 0-2. The pitch. Ooh, just low. 1-2. The wind and the pitch. Swing the ground ball right to second. He'll take it to the bag himself for the force. And that will retire the side. And Shora is 3 outs away from defending his title. We go top of the third. Can Shora get some insurance runs? First pitch on the way to Yutaro Hino is in there for strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. A bit low for ball 1 on the fastball. Does see a lot of fastballs here from Mileman. The 1-1 swinging a line drive right to third, and Ome makes the play for out number 1. First pitch on the way to Shun Komasaka. The second baseman is inside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way, a bit low and in, ball 2. The 2-0 on the way, in there for strike 1. The 2-1 from Mileman on the way, swinging a line drive right to Saburi at second for out number 2. Dashu trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here against Shora. First pitch to Black is low for ball one. The wind and the pitch just a bit low for ball two. The wind and the 2-0 from Mileman. Swing a line drive into center field for a base hit. 2-out single for Black. And now let's see what Shora wants to do here with a speedy runner on first with 2 outs. Does he attempt to steal here? Like he did earlier with Kirasaki, and that led to the first run, the only run so far of this ball game. So here's Hoshizora, first pitch on the way, splitter, line into left center field. Bito can't get it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. This could be a second run. Here's Black around third. He will score. 2-0. Shora on top. RBI double for Hoshimitsu Hoshizora. And could that be the hit to win Shora the title once again? Shora's going to have a lot of work to do in the bottom of the third. Here's Teramichi. First pitch on the way inside for ball one. The 1-0 on the way, just a bit low for ball two. The 2-0 on the way in there for strike one. That was a good piece of hitting there from Shora on that double. And there's a high fly ball down the right field line. That's a fair ball into the corner. It's going to be 3. RBI double. Noboru Teramichi coming through in the clutch, and it's 3-0 Shora. Does Dashu have a comeback in him? We will find out in the bottom of the third. But meanwhile, Teramichi is going to be pinch ran for. It's going to be Akio Yabe coming off the bench. This is some vintage Shora we are seeing here today. First pitch on the way, a bit low for ball one. The 1-0 from Mileman, just a bit outside for ball two. The 2-0 in there for strike one. The 2-1 on the way, in there for strike two. Mileman is gassed, but he's going to keep going, and that one's inside for ball three. Full count. The pitch on the way. Swing a line drive over the head of Komasaka for a base hit. Runner coming home. Here's the throw. Not in time. 4-0. Shora on top. And Dashu in an ever-increasing hole right now. He needs to stem the tide and quick if he's going to have a chance. So we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Murasame, and that'll bring up Ukami to the plate. Very interesting decision to pinch hit here. Not surprising given Murasame's batting abilities, but we will see how this one turns out. So here's Ukami, the 1-1 on the way in there for strike two. The wind and the 1-2 from Mileman. Swing the ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Stopping at second is going to be the base runner Ome. And now Ukami's going to be out of the game. And in comes Kamiyama to pinch run. Can Shora keep piling up the runs here? The first pitch inside, but in the strike zone for strike one. The 0-1 in there for strike two as well. The wide and the 0-2 a bit outside for ball one. The 1-2 from Mileman on the way. Swinging a line drive right to second. And that will retire the side, but a big 3-run inning from Shora as we go to the bottom of the third. Does Dashu have a little bit of Negre in him? Can he have a comeback here and get this victory? We see a wholesale defensive change in the outfield as we get things started in the bottom of the third. It'll be Noboru Teramichi leading things off. First pitch is outside and low for a ball, just missing low. The 1-0 on the way, swing the ground ball to third and through for a base hit. Oh, that one just got past the glove of Ome. We will see how that goes now as Kirasaki steps to the plate. First pitch is in there for strike one. The 0-1 on the way, splitter, misses low, ball one. The 1-1 on the way in there for strike two. The wind and the pitch. Oh, he got him looking, strike three. One gone here in the bottom of the third, and a ground ball could end it. Ball one inside. The 1-0. In there for strike one to Taro Takimoto. The 1-1. Swing the line drive into center field. That one's down for a base hit. Stopping at second is Teramichi, and it's 2 on with 1 out for Yutaro Hino. Pinch runner will come in for Takimoto, more than likely, and it's going to be, who's it going to be? It's going to be Kamiyama coming off the bench to pinch run. First pitch on the way to Yutaro Hino is just outside for ball one. The 1-1 on the way in there for strike one. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball, way back into center field, and that one is off the wall, and Dashu's going to get on the board. 1 run will score. Here comes Kamiyama, he will score. 2-run double for Yutaro Hino, and Dashu is now within 2. And one swing of the bat could tie this ball game up. Oh my folks, we have ourselves a ball game. And now what does Dashu do here on offense? Here's Iwayo Saga. First pitch on the way, a bit low for ball one. The 1-0 finds the zone 1-1. Good piece of hitting there from Dashu, and there's a pop-up into left, but Yabe plays him perfectly. He's right there, 2 gone, and Shora is now 1 out away from defending his title as eBaseball champion. And it's going to be a pinch hitter, Yokanu Kami, coming off the bench. The first pitch from Mileman, outside for ball one. The 1-0 on the way in there for strike one on that outside corner. The 1-1. Oh, just missed. And the count goes 2-1. The pitch. In there for strike two. One more strike to get. The 2-2. He got him looking. And the king reigns again. Shora has won the ePremier 12. The reports about Shora's struggles as a player were greatly exaggerated. Let's hear from Shora, our champion.
はい、興奮のままではお話も伺っていきますので、一旦お座りいただいて、いやーすごい戦いを最後まで見せてくれました。ちょっとね、水も飲みながら、ダシュー選手もお水飲んでください、ウォーター飲んでくださいね。もう大丈夫かな。はい、さあそれではお話を伺ってまいりましょうか。勝ちましたショーラ選手です。オリンピックバーチャルシリーズなどなど数々のタイトルにePremier12を加えました。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今どんなお気持ちですか？
いやーもう本当に苦しい試合であったんですけど、最後気合でピッチングして優勝することができて本当に嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
さあでは表彰式が待っておりますので、ちょっと息も絶え絶えですがグラウンドへどうぞお二人お願いします。はい、素晴らしい戦いと興奮の戦い見せていただきました。いや最後岩隈さん、ダシュー選手が本当にここだと言わんばかりに一気に襲いかかってきたじゃないですか。
What an absolutely insane game that was. Congratulations to Shora. He has defended his title as eBaseball champion in what was a very close game there toward the end. Dashu definitely had a chance to tie it up, but man, oh man, Shora was just absolutely on point with his pitching. Just some absolute dots on the corner to take home the title in his own stadium, with the cheering section in the outfield of the Tokyo Dome going at full blast in front of the home crowd. He takes home the victory for the championship. Man, oh man, what an absolutely insane game. When we will have the closing ceremonies here in just a few minutes. Oh man, that might have been one of the more exciting games of this weekend, but shout outs to Dashu for while he was down 4-0, he was not out of it. He did not show any sort of quit in him. No quit in him. Down 4-0, he hits the 2-run double with Hino. Gets Shora right on the ropes, but like with many a Shora match before, could not capitalize on the rest of the threat. Holy moly. So Shora, that is 4 straight Major Power Pros Tournament championships for the Japanese native, cementing himself as one of the greatest Power Pros players of all time. And what a weekend we have had. What an absolute banger of a week we have had from all 4 of our competitors. And we will have the closing ceremony of the ePremier12 here shortly. But guys, this has been an absolutely incredible day. Some great eBaseball action today, from Negre winning our 3rd place game to Shora winning the ePremier12 championship. Just an absolutely fantastic day of eBaseball we have had here today. We will get you down to the field here shortly, and we will bring you down to the field for the closing ceremonies of the ePremier12 in just a little bit, as they're getting set up down on the field, where our players will receive their certificates, their diplomas of participation in the Super Round, as well as the trophies for 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. So we will have that here in just a couple minutes. In just about 1 minute from now, we will get our closing ceremony started. But once again, the final standings: 4th place is Benzen, 3rd place is Negre, 2nd place is Dashu, and 1st place, once and maybe forevermore, Shora. Once again, Shora defending his championship in WBSC eBaseball Power Pros. And could this be the spark that gives Japan the victory over Chinese Taipei in the Super Round of the ePremier12 tournament? Because that game is going to be starting up in about a half hour. Check your local listings if you want to watch that game. That should be a banger of a match in front of an absolutely crazy crowd here at the Tokyo Dome. Let's get you down the field for the closing ceremony.
画面の中でみんな本当に躍動していたんですが、最後の最後はこの東京ドーム、しかもこの後プレミア12がある舞台です。
表彰式を行います。HUGAN WBSC ePremier12 激闘を繰り広げ、見事な好成績を収めましたファイナリスト選手の入場です。さあ皆さん、どうぞ大きな拍手でお迎えください。三塁ベンチ側をどうぞご覧ください。
There's the players being called in: Shora, Dashu, Negre, and Benzen.
まずはじめに賞状の授与です。プレゼンターは日本野球界のレジェンドイチローさんです。イチローさん、よろしくお願いいたします。Certificate of Award will be presented by Legend Mr. Ichiro. 激励のお言葉もありがとうございます、イチローさん。続きましてトロフィーの授与です。プレゼンターは世界野球ソフトボール連盟 WBCS リカルド・フラッカーリ会長です。よろしくお願いいたします。 Trophy will be given to top 3 players from Mr. Riccardo Fraccari, the chairman of WBSC. 4位はベンゼン選手、3位はネグレイ選手、2位はダッシュ選手、そして優勝ショラー選手です。最後に優勝しましたショラー選手に賞品が贈られます。本大会のパートナーヒューガンを応援するラグザーズ株式会社代表取締役社長グループ CEO 福重翔二郎様です。商品は豪華オーストラリア旅行となります。プレゼンターの皆様ありがとうございました。さあショラ選手が世界を制覇いたしました。東京ドームの中で行われた e スポーツの決勝戦、イチローさんいかがでしたでしょうか。
いや僕も中で見てたんですけど、興奮しました。ゲームってこんなに進んでるのかって思ってびっくりしました、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございました。それではフォトセッションを行います。
All right, and there were your 4 players getting their diplomas of participation. The trophies being handed out to Negre, Dashu, and Shora. There's Ichiro right there, and the president and CEO of HUGAN being in on the ceremony as well, our presenting sponsor, HUGAN, here in Japan. Photo session being taken with everyone involved. Shora with the banner, the trophy, and our special guests, including MLB legend, baseball legend, Ichiro Suzuki. Two people right there on the screen you could consider the GOATs, the greatest of all time in their respective sport. Ichiro and Shora. Along with WBSC President Riccardo Fraccari and the President and CEO of HUGAN. So once again, congratulations to Shora on the championship of the ePremier12. 8 months of competition, many hours of practice, and it ends with the #1 player defending his title once again.
以上で表彰式を終了させていただきます。改めてHUGAN WBSC ePremier12 2024を制しましたショラ選手に大きな拍手をお送りください。 どうぞ4選手にもう一度拍手をお送りください。皆様ありがとうございました。
Oh man, all 4 players playing admirably this week. What an absolutely spectacular week of eBaseball action we've had, and it has been a pleasure to broadcast this tournament throughout the entirety of the year. We've had thrilling matchups, stunning defeats, and everything in between. But in the end, it was Shora coming out on top in this year's tournament. Congratulations to him again, and thank you so much to everyone who has watched the entirety of this ePremier12. I've been Robert Tomlinson, signing out one last time from the Tokyo Dome. Have a great night, everybody.
強い投手を中心にコストが高い設定となり、低コスト帯での起用は難しくなります。始めたばかりのプレイヤーにとっては強い投手ばかり当たらないよう、大会ごとにピッチャーのレベルが変わるように修正しています。その2は、新キャラクターの解放です。未解放最後の一人だった暗黒スバルがここで解放されます。解放から1週間はゼロコストで使用できるそうです。ぜひこの機会に試してみてください。おしまいに東京 e スポーツフェスタ2025オンライン予選開催お知らせです。今見てちょっと挑戦してみたいと思ったあなた、再来週12月5日月曜日から東京 e スポーツフェスタ2025のオンライン予選が始まります。決勝大会は1月12日日曜日東京ビッグサイト。今年の対決テーマはチームクラッチ VS チームタイジ。なんと今日のゲストタイジさんが応援団長で大会に出演されるそうです。はい、チームタイジとして戦いたい方は、そして生でタイジさんに会いたい方、ぜひ東京 e スポーツフェスタ2025の情報をチェックしてください。タイジさんももうちょっと練習した方がいいかもしれません。
そうですね。全力でちょっと仕上げておきます。
やっときましょう。ということで以上 WBSC パワープロから。
And there's a little reminder about the cost adjustments there coming up on Monday, and also qualifiers for the Tokyo Esports Festa coming up very, very soon. And there's Shora. Let's go ahead and hear from him now.
満員のお客さんの中であんだけセレモニーされて祝福されて本当にもう感無量です。嬉しいです。
イチローさんからトロフィーを渡されてる時に何か話しかけられてましたよね。
いやもうすごかった、見てましたよと。僕もやっぱ憧れの選手だったんでもうドキドキしました
そうですか。はい、ね、決勝戦ちょっとだけ振り返っていただくとね、展開としてはリードしましたが、やっぱり怖い相手でしたもんね。相手はね。
そうですね、本当にバッティングがいい選手なので、追加点を取るっていうのは、目標としてあったんですけども、そこでしっかりと2回3回で点を取ることができて本当に良かったと思います。
3回は2アウトから、
そうだから言えてなかったですけど、あれなかったら本当に危ない試合だったんで、いや良かったです。
改めて、いろんなねこの大会を制してきて、ePremier12、実際のプレミア12の前にこうやってチャンピオンになれたっていうのは、今までの大会とまた違った興奮だったり感激はありますか？
そうですね、日本を背負って戦うっていうことは初めてだったので、日本代表として勝つことができたっていうのが本当に誇りに思います。
このトロフィーの重みはどう感じてますか？
重いです
ただ今回改めてメキシコのベンゼン選手やチャイニーズタイペイの、ダシュー選手とワールドワイドみたいなのも感じたんじゃないですか？
そうですね、本当に海外の選手も年々強くなっていって、こういう世界のタイトルを取るのもそう遠くないのかなと思います。僕も負けないようにこれからも頑張ります。
はい、ということで見事なコメントもいただいて、そして勝利もいただきました。岩隈さん、改めていかがだったでしょうか？
いやもう翔太選手おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
本当にしびれる展開、本当にこの緊迫した緊張感も本当に生で感じながら実況させてもらいましたけれども、本当にやっぱり相手を知って自分も知っているからこそちゃんと作戦含めて自分のやりたいことが決まった。そしてさらに最後のやっぱり最後アウトローで決めたっていう、あそこはもうやっぱあそこにコントロールさせるもう難しいじゃないですか。もう僕さっきやらせてもらいましたけど全然できない中であそこをもう本当に自分で信じきって投げ切ったっていうところがもう本当に素晴らしかったですし、やっぱりそこができるからこそやっぱ世界一なんだなって感じました。はい、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
配信で後で見ていただきたいんですが、終わった後のアウトローの配球はこの解説陣一同絶賛興奮やっぱあれはもうあれで決めようと思っていた。
そうですね、もういいとこ決まってたんで、もうこのまま投げ続けてやろうと思って決まってよかったです。
いや本当にいろいろなここまでの実績に裏打ちされたその強さ、またこの ePremier12 でも見せてくれた長羅選手でした。本当に素晴らしい時間を共有できて我々も幸せでした。本当に長羅選手おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。そして今日のゲームの解説は田中一郎さん、そして泰治さん、さらには岩隈久志さんにもお越しいただきました。お三方もどうもありがとうございました。
All right, and with that, we will be wrapping up our coverage here of the ePremier12. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I've been Robert Tomlinson, signing out from the Tokyo Dome. Have a great night, everybody.